Okay, so when you're a kid, right, you're kind of into different things. You kind of go through a phase. Everybody kind of goes through a phase. So you got your Blade motherfuckers, you got your Pokemon, you got your Yu-Gi-Oh, you got your cars, you got your Barbies. Now I personally, I was kind of quirky. I was kind of into
What do you
dinosaurs.
mean by
I'm a
that?
dinosaur girl. No biggie. But what I'm trying to say, like for all this, basically, is that when I was younger, right, I would watch like a lot of dinosaur documentaries because obviously I was really into them at the time. And what else are you supposed to do with your time as a kid?
Study. Lol.
Like you have nothing better to do, right? So obviously I'd binge watch a bunch of documentaries on like oh, Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, YouTube, shit like that. Did I even have YouTube back then? I think so. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if you've watched any like dinosaur documentary, you kind of know that oh yeah, they talk about, oh, do they have fur? Oh, they're fossils. Oh, look at this new dinosaur. But what I want to know, right? Like what I really really want to know about dinosaurs, right? What do they taste like? Like think about that, right? Like you can't really study that. Like I mean, if you're a paleontologist, correct me if I'm wrong, but you how would you study that aside from resurrecting a dinosaur and then just eating it? But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if you think about it, right, a T-Rex, they say, is similar to a chicken, right? Maybe I think it's bone structure, bone tissue, and like they lay eggs and shit like that. Now, if we're going on the assumption that T-Rexes are similar to chicken, right, so it's like 1 plus 1 equals 2 type of thing, wouldn't that mean that a T-Rex would taste like a chicken? Like, doesn't that make sense? Like, if a T-Rex is similar to a chicken, and we can eat chickens, doesn't that mean that we could eat dinosaurs? Because think about it, like, right, like, if we can eat chickens, we can technically eat all the birds, right? Like, that makes sense, right? We could, we could eat anything, technically. And so, if a T-Rex tastes like chicken, then would other dinosaurs taste like other birds? Now, I say this because not all dinosaurs taste like chickens. Now, the reason why they wouldn't taste like chickens is because if you think about it like this, right? You've eaten maybe sushi or sashimi, depending if if you're not vegan or not, or you cook for reasons or whatever, but if different fish, right? Like a tuna tastes different from salmon, um, those are only two fish I know. But if fish taste different, right? Then that means different dinosaurs that taste different. Now you may be like, oh yeah, that's kind of obvious, different animals taste different. Nope, shut up. I don't care. Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Now, my question would be then, if you could technically eat dinosaurs, then, right? How would you cook them? Because it's like, oh, let's say you have a T-Rex, right? Like, you can fry a chicken leg. Can you fry a T-Rex leg? Their leg is so big, I don't think you physically can. And it's like, if you had like a teeny tiny dinosaur, would they taste different? I mean, probably they do. Like, I'd imagine it tastes like, you know how different crabs taste different, and like, different crabs have more meat than others? I would imagine that, like, small, ah, fuck, I forgot my dinosaurs. Man, I'm out of my phase, but what I'm saying is, how would you cook them? And like, what would they taste like? Obviously, I think they would taste like different birds, maybe? Not that I would know, because I don't eat birds. If they taste different, how would you cook them? And like the only way you would know that is if you resurrected a dinosaur, right? But it's like, can you analyze the data and go like, oh yes. So the DNA here, yes, this would make it have a flavor of 24 hertz. That would make sense, right? Like, there's probably a science out there like that, right? Like DNA and like how it tastes on your taste buds, right? And the thing is, people are like, oh yeah, dinosaurs are lizards, dinosaurs are chicken. Like, I don't know who is who, but like, regardless, my point still stands. Like, dinosaurs would either taste like birds or they would taste like lizards. Now, if they taste like lizards, I don't know how good they would taste, but like, I know I like chicken, right? And also, there's a thing about the eggs. You can eat chicken, like, you can boil chicken eggs. So, like, could you boil a dinosaur egg and eat it? Like, I know how dark that sounds. Not saying I would. Don't get me wrong. Not saying I would. Not saying I would. But wouldn't it make sense? Like, could you treat chicken eggs like how in Japan when they eat their eggs, it's like kind of raw. Could you do that? Could you do that with dinosaur eggs? Like, I feel like you wouldn't be able to because they're kind of big. But it's like, imagine if you're a chef and you're just like your whole like, what if there's like a study, like a cooking school where they just teach you how to cook dinosaurs? Like, think about that though. That'd be kind of cool. And it's like, dinosaurs could also solve world hunger. Like, if you think about it, right? Like, cause they're so big. Oh well, only some of them. But it's like, they could feed they would feed more than one family. They would feed multiple families, unless you're vegan. But wouldn't a herbivore taste different than a carnivore? Because it's like, or there's also omnivores, whatever. I don't fucking know what they're called anymore. But because if you think about it, right? Chickens, I think they're herbivores, right? I study biology, I swear. Chickens are herbivores, and they taste pretty good, right? And like, if people were to eat an eagle, let's say, not saying that you should, but wouldn't it make sense that they taste different? Because they eat different stuff, right? That makes sense, right? So then, that means different dinosaurs would also be the same. And like, you know that dinosaur with like the big claws that eats like plants? I don't fucking know what it's called.
Who's that Pokemon?
There is no Saurus.
But like, that means that they would taste different too, no? On the topic of this, would there be like, if dinosaurs really did exist in nowadays, obviously, humans are kind of yucky people, you kind of yucky, not like, we all have to admit we're kind of yucky, but like, obviously we would hunt dinosaurs, like that's like a given. It'd probably be like some exotic animal, and then we make them go extinct again, but there'd probably be like a fashion line for dinosaurs, no? Like, oh, get this dinosaur scale, or like, I don't know, like, oh, look, this dinosaur's claws, you can put it in your fashion accessories. Like, I don't know why I made that voice, but it's like if dinosaurs existed nowadays, it'd be kind of wild, no? Like, that, again, that's kind of off topic from what I brought up, but it's like, what I'm trying to say is that dinosaurs would probably taste good. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.